Well, hello everybody, my name's Stephen Ritchie. I'm a steel sculptor from Ashford in Kent. I was approached for an outdoor sculpture, and I've done a little bit of outdoor sculpture in the past, and this gentleman saw me on the television on the programme Home is Where the Art Is. On that programme, if anybody's ever seen it, episode 2, series 2, I produced this. And through this, I obviously got a number of commissions, and some of them for octopuses. So, working my way through it. Oh, by the way, I blame this lady for all of this work. I'll explain later. And yeah, this is what I produced. Well, I'll explain now. That young lady challenged me what sort of sculpture would I produce for some of the seafront properties along the Spanish coast, particularly Denia. And that's where I met this lady. And this is what was sort of on my mind. So when I did the television programme, I produced this with a bit of a joke and a bit of a twist. You've got to go and watch the programme to see it all. And yeah, I kind of blame her for that, really. But anyway, so that's what I produced. And this couple, Dave and Tracy, yes, see my work and wanted something out of it. So not a massive budget, but still quite a lot of money for a lot of people, and including myself. So I'm on to my scrounging. I found a post, I found a base, I put aside some round bar because I knew this job was coming up, and started pushing it about and bending it about into the shapes that I wanted. So as you see, I'm using the post there, sort of pretending it's a bit of a groin, you know, that you find by the seaside as a sea defence, and I'm back to my usual sort of thing, which is bashing and clattering around. So what I've done, I've made a wire framework, and between the gaps of that, the body of the creature, if you like, is, as you know, a lot of hand bashing. Now I can use all sorts of air tools and things with this, but I initially sort of just bash it out by hand, get the rough shapes, do some paper cutouts and things to get the sizes and the shapes that I need, and literally spend hours and hours and hours bashing bits of steel about. Some of this steel is scrap and industrial waste, and little offcuts that are no good to anybody else except a fool like me. So there we are. Yeah, starting to fill the spaces in, really getting some interesting shapes here, and I had no major plan of what this thing was doing. It wasn't like the sculpture for Home Where the Art Is, where I had some storylines going on. I wanted to make lots of hooks so you could hang things and, you know, go that way, so you can make it a bit more individual, if you like, because you can hang your own things on it. Needs to be a fairly hefty base, so I'm keeping the octopus nice and light if I can, using fairly thin materials. This is going to be galvanised, it's going to be outside. I'm going to galvanise and paint the octopus. If I can get the base galvanised as well, I will. It depends how much they charge me. I'll see if they do me a deal. Gets expensive. And yeah, it's really starting to get some interesting shapes and getting some interesting photo shots and things. You get some really quite interesting angles of this thing. Very sculptural, an octopus, very sculptural indeed. So now I've got to do sort of a main body part. I've got to do the eyes, and it hasn't got a mouth as such. Well, it has, but it's sort of underneath the creature, so not like a smiley face cartoon octopus where you put a mouth in. There isn't sort of any recognisable mouth, so you've got to try and get all the expression from its eyes, so or its body as well, you know, what's actually going on. I see this thing still crawling up the post, and it's a bit of a cheat, I'm not going to lie to you. Most octopuses out of water are pretty clumsy looking creatures. Some of them keep their shape, some just go to mush when you pull them out of the water. So I'm being a little bit, you know what I'm trying to say. So octopus is going to be at the top of the post, quite lightweight, got to make the base pretty heavy. So that's where I am at the moment. I want to keep it off the ground, so if they are hanging things off this, maybe pots and stuff, it's easy maintenance and that type of thing. So that's where I'm going with this. It's coming along really good. The body's coming along really good. I'm trying it up against itself all the time. I'm turning it around. the weather is really dull, so I do apologise for all the photographs and bits of film footage you'll see here. It's all a little bit dull. The sun has only broken through once or twice, and I've missed it both times, so there you are. But we are getting a really interesting octopus going there. I've been tripping over my base a fair bit because it's been laying on the floor next to me, and it's got a little peg, and I must have tripped on it 10 times before I moved it. But the head's coming together really nicely. The expression that I was telling you about earlier, yeah, just in the eyes, I'm trying to work that out a little bit. So it's coming together, and well, as all jobs, I always seem to be overrunning by a week, no matter what I do. And I haven't even painted this yet, but it's looking like an octopus. I'll do another film of the paintings and stuff. I'm poking this one through because the customer isn't very well at the moment, and I think he's well, I hope he's out of hospital now, but he was in a hospital bed, and I thought I'd put this film together so he's got something to watch. He found my pictures that I've been emailing him quite interesting, so I thought I'd show him everything I've got so far, and this is where I've got to, Dave, Tracy. So that was the base that I've been tripping over. I had to make it a little bit more, you know, substantial, and knowing that I can actually bolt these things. Found some fantastic rusty old coach bolts that look like they got Whitworth. I think they're Whitworth. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing for those people that understand threads. But anyway, there you are. Found some square nuts. And Octopus is 95% finished. I've got to do a couple of little repairs and things that I'm not that pleased with, but all intents and purposes, a couple of hours away. Oh, excuse me. A couple of hours away from being finished. And yeah, really quite pleased. Sits on the post really nicely. Found a nice way of bolting this together so it kind of makes visual sense. He's got a quite interesting expression on him in close-up. In fact, I've tried to sort of lift one eyebrow, so he's like really peering with one eye with whatever he's got in this first. Yeah, paw there, and that's what I did with the base. Had some little bits left over from a previous project, so I thought I'd make good use of them. So, haven't been terribly well. I could get away with doing this sculpture because it was nice and lightweight. I'm not up to do anything too heavy yet, but I'm working on it. And by the way, I do a bit of painting and drawing and stuff. So, look, everybody, keep rocking. Have a safe time. We're still under the corona thing. And yeah, stay safe, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Please press that button. It makes a huge difference, and it brushes my ego. No, I'm really pleased with the way the YouTube thing's going. I'm amazed. I'm up to 135. I'm just blown away that many people have subscribed and looked at what I'm doing. And for those people, please share. If you find a film that particularly amuses you, or you think would be an interest of anybody that makes guitars, draws, paints, and would like to mess about with some steel sculpture. All right then. So look, stay safe, everybody. Bye-bye. Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye now. See you soon. Don't forget to watch the one about the painting. That'll be coming soon. Ta-da, everyone.